At the height of the Black Lives Matter protest last summer, the chant "Rhodes must fall" echoed through the streets of Oxford. There is a statue of Cecil Rhodes, an imperialist, racist and uncomfortably benefactor of Oriel College. The college itself was happy to take it down, but ordered an inquiry anyway. That inquiry has now agreed it should be removed, and yet the college is suddenly saying, not so fast, it's staying put.
The Oxford College where he stands said it wanted rid of him. It even commissioned an inquiry into how it might be done. And yet Cecil Rhodes, the arch-imperialist, is still there.
I'm confused. The college doesn't want to have the statue anymore. The commission found that it shouldn't be there either. And yet it's staying. Why?
It's an incredibly complex issue. The governing body would like the statue to come down. And what we determined by looking at all the evidence was that in the current regulatory, political, planning environment, we would have almost no chance of success.
Cecil Rhodes was a businessman and a politician who made his career and his fortune in southern Africa in the days of the British Empire. To his detractors, though, he was a white supremacist. And for the protesters who've spent years demanding that the statue must fall, planning battles are not a good enough reason not to take it down.
It just seems to me to be a really unprincipled and frankly quite cowardly way of simply reacting to whatever the extant pressures might be.
Dealing with the legacy of Cecil Rhodes in Oxford is very difficult, not least because it continues to be very beneficial. Every year the Rhodes Trust, which is based in that building over the road, pays for 100 students from across the world to come and study at the university. And as its website will tell you, 20% of Rhodes scholars currently in residence are people of colour.
Rhodes' contribution to this university was immense, but for at least one of his scholars, he's not remembered properly here.
We're talking about a colonial administrator. We're talking about someone who built his wealth out of the diamond mines of South Africa. We're talking about someone who created his own colony so that he could paint the map of Africa red, British red, created his own colony called Rhodesia. So the reality of the person that we're talking about, that conversation is not being had when we're just saying the Rhodes Scholarship or the beautiful marble statue at Oriel. The history is not actually being reckoned with.
So Rhodes will not fall for the foreseeable future, and he looks down on a university still grappling with what his past says about our present. Geraint Vincent, News at 10, Oxford.